Hi, my name's John. A few weeks ago I was given 3 or 4 of these little hand drills. Quite a useful little tool. I've got one here. I keep a countersink in it all the time. It's handy for knocking the birds off drilled holes. I gave 2 or 3 away to my friends and I was left with one that was totally worn out. What I did, I cut the chuck of it, nice little pin chuck, and what I'm going to do today, I've got an old number 2 most taper drill here. I've got it at a car boot sale. It's not much use for anything, but the taper's in good condition, so I'm going to use the taper. I'm going to bore it out and press that in, so I've got a small pin chuck for my lathe. Obviously this being a more taper drill, the material is going to be good. It's an old English drill. The end where the drill is hardened and tempered, but the shank where the taper is remains soft and you can machine them. This is a good source tool steel. It's very handy. Right, we need to take the chuck off. First thing we'll do, engage the spindle lock. I'm just going to use a spanner. On the one jaw of the chuck. The chuck's not tight, I know it's not. If the chuck is tight, I put a bit of hexi bar in, use a big spanner so I can crack it loose. You can see I've got one of my favourite tools again, a piece of wood on the bed of the lathe to protect it. Means when you come to screw the chuck off, if you drop the chuck, it doesn't do any damage. If that's not there and you drop the chuck, it'll mark your bed. That's what I hole up there. Make sure that's clean. Right, so what I've got a number 2 most taper drill that I'm going to use to make the holder. That's a number 3, so I've got a reducing sleeve. That goes in there. That fits in there. Little tap bung, a rubber hammer. Right, I'm going to part this off. I think it'll be relatively soft. Normally the tangs and the drills aren't hardened. This is the parting tool I use. It's a commercial tool. It's got tips in a tip tool and a poor made holder, well, poor modified holder. It's set dead on centre height and it's set dead square with the job. The same way you're going to part it off, lock the lid carriage up so it won't move. As you can see, I've got everything set nice and tight. I've got the compound set at an angle, everything's adjusted up and there's very little overhang, just enough to cut through the bar I'm going to be cutting. What a lot of people do when they part off, they'll start and the parting tool starts to make a noise, it'll start to chatter or whatever, and they tend to back off. If you're doing back off, if you wind it in a bit harder, you'll find 9 times out of 10 that your tool actually starts to cut. We'll set it away and we'll see what happens. The lathe running fairly fast. Starting to cut. Keep it going. Keep winding it in, going back off. Keep it going, you can feel it. Feels nice. Simple as that. And that's good steel, that's not rubbish, that's not aluminium or brass you're parting off. Like I said, it is relatively soft because this part of the drill doesn't need to be hardened. Down here where the business end is, if you try to cut that, I think you might have problems. Right, we've got it parted off. Next thing, we're just going to face the end of the bar. For this we use the most common tool of all, right hand knife tool. That's used for a lot of lathe work, facing, machining. Take it in, lock the carriage off. Machines it across flat. It doesn't need a pip on the end because the tool's set on centre height, exactly on centre height. Put a little chamfer on the end of it. Looks better. Stops you cutting your fingers as well. 45-degree tool. All these tools are all set on centre height. Just do it by hand, just eyeball it. That's all it takes. Makes a big difference between a sharp edge and a nicely rounded off edge. Next thing, I'm going to centre drill the end of it. I use these keyless chucks on all my machines now. Chinese ones. They're reasonable quality. Actually, the grip from sort of 1mm up to 16mm are an excellent device. Start the other. A little bit of cutting oil. Gently start it. Centre drill's only got one ambition in life, that's to snap off in the hole, which I do very easily, and that bastards to get out. Right, that's all I want, centre drill mark. Nice. Right, this is one little chuck. You can see it's got like serrations on where it's been pressed in. Measure it. $340 thou. 340. Let's see what drills I've got. I'm going with a pilot drill first. Keep backing it off, make sure your swarf's clear. A bit of cutting oil won't hurt. Need to go in for about an inch. 9mm drill gives us a 4th hour interference fit, so I'm going to go with that. That goes in nice, and it should press in nice and tight on those serrated edges. We'll give it a try. So we're going to get more tapers out of the headstock. Quite simple. I've got a piece of bar I keep just for that job. Simply goes up the back of there like that. Gentle tap, out it comes. Of course, we've got our sleeve stuck in there now. Tool like that to break a taper. It's actually a thread chaser, that. It fits in nice and breaks a taper. A little bit of Loctite on there and it should press in quite nicely. A little bit of bearing fit. Started. Nothing fantastic here, just a big vise. Just press it in. That's a nice fit. Excellent. Pressed in. We'll try it back in the lathe. Take my drill out and put it away. Take my drill chuck out. That fits in there nice. A little pin chuck on the end of there. Just a job. Got a box here with some small drills in, with some tubes or really small drills in. One there. Measure it, and it is Drill's 30 thou. That's a little drill. Little for me anyway. I put a bit of bar in the chuck. A bit of bronze bar. Bronze can be a bastard to drill. Just square the end off. Lock my carriage. Now we'll take our new chuck out, put the big chuck back in. Again, one little centre drill. Just get the centre drill mark. That's all it's going to take. Right, the idea is the smaller the drill, the faster you should run it. That drill's little, so I'm going to run the bastard really fast. Right, here's my little wee drill. Ideally you should have a hand feed on the tailstock, do this by hand. And stir it away. Here's running 1400 RPM there. As fast as it goes. Gently feed this in. It's actually drilling a hole. I don't give it much of a life expectancy, that drill, but it is doing the job. You can probably push it in by hand, but you can, you get more feel. Zoom out so you can see that. You actually get more feel by just pushing it in by hand. You can get a lever operated adapter for the tailstock on lathes when you're drilling small holes like this, but that's going in there, not too bad. Anyway, a nice little tool. It's cost absolutely nothing at all to make. It's taken something that was junk and turned into something that's quite useful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, never throw away most taper drills. You can always use the shanks to make something.